Welcome back, guys. Automotive Inc. here. Want to say thank you guys all for being here. Hit the button down there in the corner, or maybe it's in this corner now. I don't know. I got the backwards thing fixed with all the wording behind me. So nonetheless, appreciate y'all being here. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button for me. All right. So as you guys know, I've been trying to get back on the channel a second truck. It was deliberating between a Ram and a Ford, and maybe a diesel, maybe whatnot. And I've just been searching for quite a while in regards to try and find the right one for what our needs are. Now, when it came to Ram, if I was going to go Hemi, I just couldn't find the right combination of what's out there available. Meaning, if you got the 430, the payload may not be exactly right. With this, I'm not sure how Ram can get 19, 20,000 and only have a 1,600 pound payload. Usually because a pin weight of a gooseneck or a fifth wheel is around 14 to 16% of the load, and that's presuming it's just the base weight, not even anything you might add in there. So I'm still just kind of wondering how that works for them, but nonetheless couldn't find one with the 430 in a configuration that was good available. So then I kind of went back to the Fords, and with the Fords, I went and drove a Ford the other day at Silderhar Ford in Broomfield, Colorado. That's one of the dealers that I traditionally trust. That truck itself had some issues. I went in on a different truck, a metallic black one. That one had a recall on it, so they couldn't even let me drive it, so I drove a silver one. And it was price point based. That's why I was on the black versus the silver. I actually liked the silver truck, but that one had some panels loose. The gentleman that was helping me kind of lost his cool after that, and just kind of stormed off because I told him, well, I don't think this one's the one for me, but they had another black one. We're not going to get into it. So when you're talking Ford right now, guys, dealers are doing wonky stuff. So just be honest with you, there are some dealers marking these up 5 to 10 grand. There are some asking MSRP, and there are some actually offering some discounts. So I drove both the gas and the diesel. However, I feel that the gas is really what I like to run right now because everybody's doing a diesel. And we all know that diesels are going to do fantastic. It's just going to be splitting hairs which one you think does better. But really for the most of us, even though I'm a truck driver now, what I tow doesn't necessarily necessitate a diesel. So I don't want to spend the money necessarily on that. And because I think a lot of people are coming to the heavy duty segment and or replacing an older diesel that's not even rated as high as these gassers are, I think it's a compelling argument. So the only way you're really going to get a Ford right now is, one, you go get a dealer stock unit, something that they ordered, it finally came in. Dealer stock units usually are more kind of like generally based, meaning they probably won't have the fifth wheel prep package. They're probably not going to have some of the amenities that you might want in it. They're going to be well equipped. There's no turd now out of the market that doesn't have like a lot of nice stuff. And there's going to be a lot of work truck packages. So you might find an XL with an STX package, and that is a great package. If you like the bench up front and you like, more composite, hard plastics and stuff like that, if that fits your build better than that, that's going to be an excellent package for you. And because it has less swag in it, it's probably going to have some of the better tow ratings out there. So you can find it that way. Two, you can wait for your special order if you've ordered one. Some people have said that they've waited almost 6 to 12 months for that order. Or you might stumble upon a special order that somebody got tired of waiting for 6 to 10 months and find it, and you got to get on it if you're interested in it. And it may be built very odd because this is not even the way you would do it. So then you have to decide if that's going to work for you or if not. And then hopefully the dealers aren't playing any BS games marking stuff up. So after searching and searching, I found this one the other day. It is a 7.3 Godzilla. And then I drove the one at Silderhar. That is obviously out. And after careful thinking, I decided I'm going to go back with the Godzilla. Now, a lot of you guys might think, well, why the heck would we do that? We just had an engine issue. Yes, and I don't think that that's a broad thing. I still don't. I think the Godzilla is good. One benefit to going with the 23 over 22 is there's a lot of information already out on the 22, but some of the stuff that's trickling down with the 23s, a lot of it's new, the safety tech, the screens, everything like that. And then the abilities. The abilities did change in 23 from 22 on all of the engines, including adding the 6.8 V8 to the segment of the Ford line. And, so I think there's a lot of information that we can get here. So I did find a special order truck, and I'm going to go over some pictures of it, and we're going to go over the window sticker and talk about it. All right, guys, let's check it out. All right, guys, so here she is. As I told you before, green is special order, blue is just a dealer spec truck. So the green, that's all that green means, period, on the Super Duty. So we go over here. This is a 2023 single rear wheel F-250. It is a standard bed, so 6'9". It does have the 7.3 Godzilla. This one is in Oxford white, not my first choice, but I do love the Baja with the black. I had an all Baja truck a few years ago. There's a lot of that color in it. This is a nice breakup. We go over here and let's take a look here. So we get box link, we get headlamps, and this is all the standard stuff. So basically your XLT standard products plus this is what you're going to get standard. So we have auto headlamps, obviously, but the auto high beam is really what I care about. The headlights, yada, yada, yada. Power sliding rear window with defrost privacy kit, power tailgate lock, the power scope mirrors, and then all the sway control stuff. We go over here to the interior. You have the leather steering wheel. You have the power tilt and telescope, dual zone climate control. We go over here, 360 camera, B&O sound system. Bliss, that's probably one of my favorite features besides the high beams. Connected built-in nav, 3 years, so you got the big 12-inch screen. And then we have the pre-collision auto braking, and then you cruise over here. That's just the standard stuff. So this is how this cat ordered this. This truck is kind of a weird one. It does have the bench up front with the center console that flips down, but it does have the heated and cooled leather seats. It's very unique in that sense. However, I think it's pretty cool. It'll definitely fit my need. I don't need 6 seats. However, it does have some extra storage that the Chevy doesn't. And I think it puts it into a neat context because Chevy and Ram do put out a lot of these bench seats, either in leather, but mostly in cloth, so it's going to put it in a good comparison. This one does have a 373, so we're going to match the Chevy right up. Does have the all-weather mats without carpet, FX4, which I do like. Has the standard Super Duty bright steps on it, a 10.5 GVWR package. This one actually has the Ford hard tonneau on it, which I usually put a G2 backflip on it or something, so it's nice that it has that. Does have a snowplow camper package, so it basically has like an extra overload in the back. This one's kind of cool. It does have the roof marker lamps and the tough spray and bed liner, which was a holdup last year on some of these builds. So this poor guy probably got held up, probably because the tough spray bed liner, and then it's gone. 360-degree camera package, which is, again, I'm surprised they put this here as no charge because it's a standard feature up here at the top. You cruise over here and you can see $69,665 is the build price on that, MSRP. These numbers right here, this is the payload that was on the truck door. If I remember right, when I test drove it, I meant to take a bunch of pictures, but the salesman was really like attached, so it wasn't one of those things where I could spend a lot of time taking pictures of it at that point or getting involved with that. So the way Ford has this one rated at 17.4 gooseneck, or sorry, fifth wheel, 17.6 gooseneck, and if I remember right, it's 17.4 conventional tow. All right, we're going to cruise through the pictures here. So, and I'll get to why we have to look at these pictures versus the truck here in a second. So there's what the inside's going to look like, guys. Pretty decent lariat, pretty much standard, but I like that two-tone look to it. Here you'll get a little bit better shot of the seat. So it's a good blend of this you know, beige and the black. I really enjoy it a lot. Side profile of the truck. So this one has the 18-inch like weird argent wheels on it. They're okay. They're okay. I don't like this back center cap, but that is what it is. That's what we're stuck with. But overall, I'm not a white fan because it looks like a fleet truck. However, when we look at the front end of the truck, I think the white goes well with all this chrome stuff that seems to be up there. And then, like I said, we got the big 12-inch screen coming in here. The console right there. So again, I find this little tray very useless. However, there is a tray down here underneath this dash piece that once we get the truck here, we'll be able to kind of really go through it, because I think a lot of them are coming with buckets. So this is a unique layout, especially if you have kiddos that want to jump up there, or, you know, I don't know, this configuration's unique. But I don't really have enough crap to fill the consoles typically anyway. One thing that is kind of weird is you get cup holders down here. Ford gives you cup holders up here, cup holders in the doors, cup holders down here with charge ports, which I really appreciate, and no vents. So your customers in the back are going to get their HVAC from the front vents and the floor. So that's really going to be their only choice. So that's basically the truck in its all glory. And right now through Ford, there is a first responder military type appreciation rebate. There is also a couple thousand depending on your market area. If you're part of that program, you fit that criteria, that you should get that rebate. So this one actually was going to get down in price quite a bit. I think I was actually going to get close to $3,500 off that sticker. So in reality, people might say, well, I would just get an XL with the STX. Well, I'm going to get this Lariat with a lot of great stuff in it for the price of an STX. Probably because it's just the way the truck's built, and because the customer didn't come through. I mean, it's a Lariat, it doesn't have a sunroof. That's an important feature for people when they get a Lariat. They want that. But I mean, it does have enough for me, especially it doesn't have the fifth wheel prep, but I'll just put that in again. We'll confirm that the 23 is the same as the 22, and then I'll do some videos on it to show you guys how easy it is. We might even just do a BMW this time, to that way we can kind of just show you versus the pucks versus everything. It's according to my numbers and what Ford's saying, other than the price went up, the fifth wheel tow prep model number or an actual item number is basically the same. It just has a P at the beginning instead of an A. So I do think that that's going to be the same. Everything looked like the same underneath there. I didn't see any drastic changes to the suspension whatsoever. So we fast forward from yesterday. I should have been down there yesterday picking it up. Some things fell through down there. They didn't get the window tint done in time. And so we headed down there this morning to get there at 9 a.m. Because I was hoping to get some miles on it this weekend. And everything's in order, and we're basically waiting to step into finance. And here comes the sales lead. And this is kind of funny, kind of ironic. But if you guys have watched the other video about the red Super Duty that I found that dealer was marking up like $5,000. I'll put a link to that one in this video because you need to go see it. I'll show you in there. Now, this Lariat was the tightest 23 I've driven. So when I special ordered my red one, the F-350, I went out there and it had several different issues going on with it. It had spray liner all over the top of the truck. It had, you know, the bottom seat cushion was kind of misaligned in the back seat. There were some issues with it. I haven't been in a single Super Duty that didn't have like a panel misaligned or pop loose or hang loose or weird scratches or something funky. But one thing I have noticed is any of the trucks with the digital gauge cluster, we're not talking about the small one where you get the two analogs and the digital in the middle. We're talking about the one that's like a 12-inch all LCD screen, which I've went over in all type of dramatics that I'm not a fan of, but this one has it. I can live with it so we can use the truck for its purposes. But nonetheless, this truck, these gauge clusters have not been the same in any of the trucks. And so go watch the link on the red one because I could not see that. It appeared to me that the gauge cluster was sitting lower inside the actual bezel. Had nothing to do with wheel tilt, had nothing to do with anything like that. I literally had to look up and over the steering wheel to see down and see the actual gear selector. So the P, R, N, and D, and then the 1, 2 through 10. So I was in another one that was kind of a little bit lower, but not as bad as that red one. There was something funky wonky going on. And so fast forward today, I'm getting ready. The sales manager comes out and says, you're not going to believe this. Literally, they just released a stop sale on all 23 Ford Super Duties built between this date range. Now, this is an internal memo. I asked to look at it, but I couldn't picture it. I couldn't do anything like that because it is not for consumer. It's not necessarily a safety issue because Ford can stop selling anything and they don't have to say squat while they're doing it. Because it's their property, it's their intellectual business. They can do whatever they want with it. They can stop the sale of anything. So, needless to say, they put a stop sale on. She let me take a look at it. The dealer I was dealing with is fantastic. They've been great, and I'm not gonna tell you yet because where I got it because we're gonna get through the whole process and then we'll give them their kudos. But the stop sale is literally saying that the dummy lights and lower part, any truck equipped with the LCD screen, the lower part can fall lower down where a consumer would not be able to see warning lights and or the PRN-D and transmission. I knew something was up. People call me crazy, maybe, I don't know, but nonetheless, there's a stop sale. There's zero remedy. I don't remember the exact dates, but seemed like a little bit of time in last year of the 23s that were being built. Now, keep in mind, 23s were being built and then put in a lot waiting for certain things to be put in it. After some of those were just shipped with a discount for not including those. And then there were still some that got shipped. This stuff happens. I didn't pay attention to the dates. Unfortunately, this truck and many others that are on the lots right now are probably going to fall into this. Now, if you've already picked it up and good, you're done. The stop sales, Ford's got their ass covered in that because it'll become a warranty issue at that point. But nonetheless, Ford will not allow any other trucks to be even sold until they find a remedy and fix the thing. So I have a deposit on this truck. The truck will be coming to the channel. We're going to still put Zilla versus Kong. That's going to be the plan. The rebates that I had are good till January, so I hope it doesn't take this long. But this truck didn't have that issue. I could totally see all of this stuff. But again, it sounds like there's some type of mounting issue in there or whatever allows this thing to fall down. They're concerned that you won't be able to see certain dummy lights or the stuff. And so the thing, she let me hold it. It told me the dates. It told me the thing. And I'm like, wow, this is exactly what I was talking about before, that something was amiss. Something wasn't right. And now there's a stop sale that came out. It was dated today on Ford letterhead, saying that there's a stop sale for this. No remedies in sight. No immediate timeline for the fix. I don't know when the hell this thing's going to get done. But nonetheless, guys, that will be, and we'll bring it to the channels. Like I said, I want to still put it as Kong versus the Zilla, but I still have some general stickers, so we're going to go back, especially on the white. It's going to look really good. We're going to call it the General again, and we're just going to keep on rolling. And I hope that this one turns into a really good truck. And I know there's a lot of guys out there that are Godzilla fans, they're Ford fans, and they're in love with their Godzilla. It's doing great. And I do believe that, all in all, that the Godzilla is a good engine. Now, with the new rear end and the new tech and the new everything, will it be as good as the Chevy? Well, time is going to tell. And my testing is going to put it to the test. I'm excited about it, but it does suck. I mean, what are the odds that this would happen? But nonetheless, if I could have gotten an actual copy from the dealer, but again, it was an internal bulletin memo, whatever the hell the top said from Ford to all Ford dealers, and it basically is just a letter saying they can't do it. So nonetheless, guys, if you go in, you still can buy one that has a LCD screen, because if it wasn't made within these two date ranges, you're fine. Allegedly, you're fine. But at the end of the day, Ford just covering their 6. That's what most manufacturers are going to do in this situation. It's a bummer I don't have anything more than a window sticker and some pictures on the computer. Like I said, I couldn't even find the truck today. I don't know where the hell they put it. I was going to go take a bunch of pictures and stuff like that. Salesman was busy doing something else because I was supposed to be in and out of finance. So that's what we're doing, guys. So whatever side that subscribe button is, hit it so that way you'll find out when the new General gets to town. And then we're going to just keep on trucking on the Chevy content for now. If you guys have any questions, please try and reach out to me. I'll try and get back to you guys as soon as I can. Life's been a little crazy lately, but I do appreciate you guys being here, and we will see you guys on the next one.